Dear friends, a story goes like this, and the name of the story is The Legend of Narcissus. Narcissus was a man of majestic beauty. A legend has it that he was considered to be the most beautiful creation of God on earth. Many legends, myths, stories and poems were written in praising and hailing the beauty of Narcissus. But Narcissus had a weak point. He was obsessed with seeing his own beauty, so that he used to go to a lake every day, and sitting on the banks of the lake, he used to watch his own reflection on the fresh water of the wild. But unfortunately, one day, Narcissus fell into the lake, and he was no more. He died. Many days after, the goddess of the forest came to the lake and saw the lake was filled with its salty tears. The goddess said to the lake, "Stop crying and speak to me about the beauty of Narcissus, because you are the only one who was fortunate enough to see the beauty of Narcissus until he took the last breath." The lake paused for a while and said, "I weep for Narcissus, but I never knew that he was beautiful." The goddess asked with amusement, "Then what were you doing when he was with you?" The lake replied, I was seeing my own beauty reflected in the eyes of Narcissus. നാർസിയുസിൻ്റെ കണ്ണുകളുടെ ആഴങ്ങളിൽ ഞാൻ കണ്ടത് എൻ്റെ തന്നെ സൗന്ദര്യത്തെയാണ്, എന്നിലെ ജീവജലത്തിൻ്റെ ഉണ്മയെയാണ്. The legend of Narcissus ends here, and I wish to rename this story as the most beautiful story I have ever read, for it narrates to us the mystery of finding out oneself in the other or with the help of the other. Now I remember a status that came in a social media. It was like this: I lost myself in the walks of life. Suggest to me, how can I find myself again? ജീവിതത്തിൻ്റെ വഴിത്താരയിൽ എനിക്ക് എന്നെ തന്നെ നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു പോയി. പറഞ്ഞു തരിക, എങ്ങനെ എനിക്കെന്നെ വീണ്ടും കണ്ടെത്തുവാൻ കഴിയും? And I believe that an apt answer for this question that comes from the existential panic of a person is that the other, my own brethren. That's why Khalil Gibran, a man of word and wisdom, used to say, "We all are angels with one wing. We can fly up only by embracing each other." നാം എല്ലാവരും ഒറ്റച്ചിറകുള്ള മാലാഖമാരാണ്. പറക്കണമെങ്കിൽ നാം ഇനി ഒരുമിച്ച് നിൽക്കണം, ഒരുമിച്ച് കെട്ടിപ്പിടിക്കണം. Dear friends, we have seen in the story of Saul how beautifully Therese helped others to find themselves and to restore themselves into a being of beauty and goodness. Her innocent smile, her silent words in the time of insulting, her selfless and unnoticed services and little prayers for others have turned the Carmel convent to a home of happiness, and it gained many smiling faces in return. Remember Pranzini, a merciless murderer converted into a repentant soul at the very last moments of his life. Remember Sister Peter in her convent, who learned to be calm and quiet, avoiding complaints in an old age by the meek smile of Therese in serving her. Remember how Therese made a nun say, "You take care of me a lot," the nun to whom Therese had special hatred. Such was the holiness of her life. So dear friends, be a man for others, so that others can come to you. others can confess to you, others can unburden themselves to you, and finally, others can finding the beauty of themselves in you and with you, and that will alone define the greatness and holiness of your own very life. So, while standing here, I feel that it's a great blessing for all of us to ponder over the attitudes and convictions of Saint Therese in understanding and comprehending the other in my next door, while we live in an era of selfie and status. The history of philosophy begins with this dictum, know thyself, or in other words, who am I? But today, philosophy has ended up in saying, if you want to understand yourself, first to understand others. The I has gone forever. What is remaining is the other, by whom I can give meaning to my life. The more I understand the other, the more I understand my own life. The more I go deeper into the other, the more I go deeper into my own very being. Yes, the greatness and holiness of a person is measured by his relationship with the other. Again, I reiterate the words of Khalil Gibran. Everybody says that the man living in the mountain is a saint, but I say, when he comes down from the silence of the mountain to the merrymaking of my daughter's wedding, and when he cries with me aloud and aloud, when my family is burst into tears by the birth of a dead child in my family, then only he be a saint to me. എല്ലാവരും പറയുന്നു മലമുകളിലെ ആചാര്യൻ വിശുദ്ധനാണെന്ന്. എന്നാൽ ഞാൻ പറയുന്നു, എന്നയാൾ മലയിറങ്ങി എൻ്റെ മകളുടെ വിവാഹത്തിന് എനിക്കൊപ്പം നൃത്തം ചവിട്ടുന്നുവോ, എന്നയാൾ എൻ്റെ വീട്ടിൽ സാബിള്ള പിറക്കുമ്പോൾ എനിക്കൊപ്പം പൊട്ടിക്കരയുന്നുവോ, അന്നേ അയാൾ എനിക്ക് വിശുദ്ധനാവുകയുള്ളൂ. According to this definition of Khalil Gibran on saint, we can say that Therese was a living saint in her very lifetime. I think that it is not the miracle that happened after her life made her a saint, but it is her kind, gentle and loving relationship with the other made her a saint, along with, of course, the union with God. Saint Therese lived her religious commitment with impeccable zeal, not in a lonely place nor in a home of angels, but in and among the very humans of imperfections and shortcomings. And in the story of a soul, Therese says, we should not hide love in the bottom of our hearts. Rather, as Islam gives light to everything around it, the love that has been given to us should be shared to everyone to whom we are encountered with. Thus, she loved others in a very practical way. She kept on smiling all the moments of her life. She never hesitated to kiss her other members of the convent when they visited her at the sick room. And she did all the possible things to make others happy in her presence. And it is a fact that many in the Carmel convent got inspired and boosted by her love towards them. Dear friends, there are certain persons who are waiting to get awakened by our love. As a Malayalam poem would say, മഴ കൊണ്ട് മാത്രം മുളയ്ക്കുന്ന വിത്തുകൾ ചിലതുണ്ട് മണ്ണിൻ മനസ്സിൽ, പ്രണയത്തിനാൽ മാത്രം എരിയുന്ന ജീവന്റെ തിരികൾ ഉണ്ടാത്മാവിനുള്ളിൽ. There are certain persons who are waiting to get boosted and awakened by my life, by my love, by my kiss and my hug. എൻ്റെ പ്രണയത്തിനാലും ചുംബനത്താലും സൗഹൃദത്താലും ഉണരുവാൻ വിതുമ്പുന്ന ജന്മങ്ങളുണ്ട് എനിക്ക് ചുറ്റിലും. And I have got certain responsibilities over their lives, and that is how we can make this world more and more beautiful. So my dear friends, I have to paint the bland side of my brother's life with the color of my life, so that both of our lives will be more and more colorful and splendid. I remember the words of a writer: keep on loving a person and you see him change. സ്നേഹിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുക, അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ അവനിൽ മാറ്റങ്ങൾ കണ്ടെത്തും. I remember an event that is narrated by Paulo Coelho in his book Like the Flowing River. The event goes like this. In the city of Brasilia, in a hospital, a young girl was admitted after a car crash, who lost all her physical movement and ability to speak. The doctors assured that she will never come back to normal life. But a gentle and kind sister or nurse in that hospital took great care of her. She used to visit her, hug her, kiss her, and used to say every day, "I love you." Miraculously, the young girl started to respond to the medicines, and after 3 and 4 weeks, she came back to normal life. She gained her physical moments and she could again speak and smile. See how love heals where medicine fails, how love gains when science fails. Dear friends, let us remember Saint Therese and love each other as she did in her lifetime. I wish you all the greetings of the forthcoming feast of Saint Therese, who is our inspiration and our heavenly patroness. Thank you.